Hi guys, I'm Pacific, and welcome back to another video of YouTube tips. Now in this episode, we're going to talk about the easiest up to basically the hardest games that it is to Let's Play, and we're going to start straight and simple. The easiest games to Let's Play are ones that are very straightforward. So a game like Last of Us is very easy to do a Let's Play on. That's probably why, everyone did a Let's Play of Last of Us. But Last of Us is very straightforward, very easy. It's very easy to cut it up into different episodes, and really there's not a lot of places where you can get stuck in the game. Moving on from there are still games that are straightforward, but you need to make choices in. Things like The Walking Dead. Even though that game is straightforward, you need to make choices, and you need to kind of pay attention to the game a little more, and also solve puzzles, right? Because The Walking Dead has a bunch of puzzles where you need to be able to kind of look around, and it's hard to fill in that blank space because it is a story game. You want to respect the story, but you also want to keep your audience entertained. So that's why Last of Us is easier to do than The Walking Dead, just because The Walking Dead's got a little more non-straightforward elements to it. Then it gets a bit harder with open world games that still have defined things to do. Stuff like Oblivion, Fallout, Skyrim. Those games are open world, and so you have to decide what you want to do every single episode. Or maybe you don't, you just want to go straight forward. But if it's stuff that you've never seen before, especially in games like Oblivion and Skyrim, you need to have some stuff prepared, and you need to be prepared to fill in potentially 5-10 minutes of blank space and blank fighting before you get to the boss, or you get to the good loot, or you get to an interesting puzzle. Anything like that, you need to have some stuff ready, or you need to come up with stuff on the fly, and that could be hard to do. If you watch my Oblivion series, I personally think that if I had to start the series over and I still had my skills today, it would be doing way better than it did in the beginning. Because in the beginning, yeah, it got a lot of views, but it wasn't very successful on my end because it wasn't that entertaining. And then up from there, when you're Let's Playing games, when it comes to sandbox games, those are extremely hard to Let's Play. Because you make so many choices in those games. I'm talking about games like Minecraft and Kerbal Space Program and DayZ. Those are games that require you to be prepared for anything, especially if you don't know what those games are like. Minecraft, I've played a lot of Minecraft, so it's very easy for me to come up with stuff to talk about and to do Let's Plays on in Minecraft. Someone who's never played Minecraft before, they're gonna have an extremely hard time coming up with commentary, coming up with things they want to do, because it's a sandbox game. Same with Kerbal Space Program. Kerbal Space Program was a game that, even though that was my very first game that I ever played for YouTube and I did a Let's Play on, I still knew what I was doing because I played the game so much. I sent a spaceship up from the Earth, and then I added pieces onto it, and I didn't add the same pieces, I added different types of pieces to make it a fully functional space station. So if you're new to Let's Plays and you're kind of nervous about being unsuccessful, start with straightforward games that really tell a story. Or if you know the games, you could maybe do an open world game. Sandbox games, if you're afraid of not being successful, I would hold off on sandbox games just because they are very challenging to do Let's Plays on. They're very hard. And if you don't know the flow of a video, with me, I know that, okay, I'm not talking, therefore this is not going to be in the game. So, maybe I can do something that I wouldn't put in my video. When you're just starting out, you don't know how the video is going to turn out, you don't know what you're going to do. But when you're a bit more advanced, you understand concepts that kind of come with your own style, that come with the way you make videos. So that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, tell me in the comments below. Subscribe if you're new, because I make YouTube tips every single Wednesday. And don't forget to suggest, if you have a question about something, I can answer it in the comments, or if it's a good enough question, I'll make a video about it. And a good enough question is something that I have to probably write more than a paragraph about. So, I'm Pacific. See you guys in the next episode of whatever I decide to make.